And so, the forest garden. This is an old terrace. The whole area that we actually put our cabin on my farm is just a bunch of different terraces. We have 4 terraces, and this is the 3rd from the top. The house is on the 2nd from the top. And it's basically been a forest for something about 60 years since the last time it was planted as all corn. In 60 years we now have all of these trees. And with trees come roots. And my tiller does a really good job breaking the roots up, but they get caught quite a bit. So the only way to really take care of the roots is to just remove them from the tines, pull up the big ones that I can, and that's about that. This is actually the 2nd time I'm tilling this area. Usually, with any garden, if you're using a tiller, I till multiple times, 2 to 3 times before I actually put anything in the ground. This one I'm going to do one more time after this in some of the back areas, but the front areas are pretty clear. I've pulled out a lot of the roots, so it's going to be pretty easy for me to get stuff in the ground. So what we're planning on doing is I'm going to put the strawberry transplants in, and we're going to do some potatoes, and I'm going to show you how we actually plant potatoes using my special compost and a little bit of mycorrhizal fungus, which is a fungus that grows with the roots and can give you massive potatoes, massive vegetables, all around. Just increase the surface area of the roots of any plant, essentially, that you can use it with. You cannot use it with blueberries, though, and we learned that the hard way. What I'm planning on growing here is actually going to be a lot of nightshades, ironic with the name. I don't think it implies that they grow better in shade. I just know that I have grown them well in partial shade gardens in the past. So we're going to eventually, on the sunny part of the hillside, have raised beds, but at the moment it is covered in vines and dead trees. We still have a lot to clear out. But we need to get some type of garden in, and since this is an off-grid farm and an off-grid channel, we need to start producing food as quickly as possible. So this is actually the 2nd garden and the only other in-ground garden of annuals that we're going to do this year. So this one will be right next to the house. It'll be easy for me to get the kids and the wife involved in taking care of it. Aside from tilling, just weeding and everything else. The other large garden is going to be what you saw in the beginning, which we are in the middle of tilling through straight grass. It was fallowed for 4 years, so it's going to be loaded with nitrogen and other good things. So this is what I do for potatoes. And we have a very special type of compost. It actually takes the leaves of Sarracenia carnivorous plants, loaded with dead bugs, tons of nitrogen. I've always had really great success doing it this way. So essentially what we do is we dig a hole. Dig it not too deep, because I actually don't like to put potatoes too deep. About 4 inches down is all I think you need to do, and then you should mound it. But we dug down about 8 inches and maybe 10, put compost in the bottom, and then obviously removed all these giant roots, which are still everywhere. And once we did that, I covered the potato in the mycorrhizal fungus and put it actually in. And this potato, I didn't actually put the fungus on it. It was the last one I did just for this video. But all of the others were coated in it. I just forgot to film it. Either way, then once we do that, we take that beautiful red soil and cover the compost up. Try to give it a little bit of a barrier because I want the worms to actually break that down and avoid my potato. They usually do, so I'm not too worried about that. But then place the potato right there in the middle. Once you start seeing shoots and they get a little bit taller, start mounding. And by the end, this mound should be about 1 foot to 2 feet tall of just the dirt that's around it. And you should have great success with your potatoes doing it this way. And I hope I do in this brand new garden, which is still in the making, and we haven't even put all of the things that we want to do into that garden. And as you can see, as always, Isla is right there watching, learning, and just staring, playing with dirt. So, thanks for watching. More to come soon. There's going to be a ton more videos and a ton more things to do. I've got thousands of seeds to plant, thousands of berry and fruit crops to harvest, take care of. It's quite a bit to do. And tons more with the off-grid cabin, which is coming along very nicely. So, that's about it. And this would be the large garden. Just a little quick glimpse of what I'm dealing with. We're trying to turn that into nitrogen the cheapest way possible because fertilizer is expensive